Well, I was, look at me right now. Things really changed. So 2022, I got my first job as a practicing nutritionist. And my for a very toxic boss, and it was a very toxic working environment. And I was really frustrated, and I really had a lot of unchecked frustration. Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I talk about life as a practicing nutritionist. I share nutritionist tips to just deal with various issues as a practicing nutritionist. I share my experiences and what I've learned from those experiences with people who want to become nutritionists, people who are about to give up on being nutritionists, people who are practicing and they're like, you know what am I even doing? Should I be in this practice? Should I just leave? No, I'm your girl. Don't forget to subscribe to join my small family of charitysafehaven, where we strive to be the best versions of ourselves. And follow me on all my social media platforms to get information about nutrition and nutrition related issues. I share a lot. Get to follow me at charitysafehaven on all the social media. Tuesday, welcome to my nutrition talk series, and today I want to start this series with a story time. 2022, if you follow me on my social media platforms, I have shared my journey as a practicing nutritionist in Kenya. It's how small I was. Look at me right now. Things really changed. 2022, I got my first job as a practicing nutritionist. And my nutrition background and academic one needed in this particular job, but mostly I was a content creator. I was in my own element, I was in my niche because I love creating content around nutrition, especially mother and child. So I used to work for a very toxic boss, and it was a very toxic working environment. And I was really frustrated, and I really had a lot of unchecked frustration. And I really did not like it. Just there because you don't have any other place to be. That was my situation, and I wanted to really get the experience because that is where I wanted to take my my long-term goals were. Like, I wanted to open and start what I'm doing right now, just creating content on all my pages, getting clients here and there, and just sharing to people what evidence-based nutrition is actually about. We wrote a book together. I'm not going to mention names because I'm way past that. I'm grown. And during that period, I really had unchecked frustration. Really a frustrated human being. You're trying your best because we had a limited time to actually achieve our goal, and I was trying my best day and night to actually meet up the goals. And I used to blur all the boundaries I keep on sharing on my YouTube channel. That's why I'm so passionate about work-life balance. I never used to take a break. I used to just take in whatever she was saying. She was mean, she was toxic, she was just a bad person, I can say that. And I used to just bottle in what she used to tell me, the side comments, the comments she says to your face, the comments she says behind your back, the favoritism she shows to other people, and you're shown like, you know, you're nothing, like what are you even doing? Why are you here? But I'm like, you employed me because of my expertise and my license. So I was really frustrated, and it got to a point I couldn't take it anymore, and I lashed out, and hell broke loose. We had a very huge argument. I'll never forget that. If you see me right now, I'm just replaying how that day started and the argument and everything. I'm a very bubbly person, and the opposite is true. I am a very mean person when I'm angry. I'm short-tempered. That's why I don't like being angry. I don't like being in a position where someone is pushing me to show my other side. I don't like it. So we argued, and I felt from there on it was just the back and forth of throwing jabs, because you told me this, you told me this. Someone is using what you told her like to change against you, and it wasn't really a good environment. So I decided to resign. I resigned, and that brought about today's topic, which is managing frustrations as a practicing nutritionist, either in the private sector, in the public sector, in your own business, working for someone, sales, and just every aspect of you being a practicing nutritionist, this episode is for you. Please stay tuned and don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment about a time you were frustrated, a time someone pushed you to just a breaking point and you had this unchecked frustration. And I hope this episode will be able to help you. Yeah. So I'll start this episode by defining what frustration is. And frustration is just that feeling of annoyed and upset because you have an unachieved goals, or the environment around you is making you not achieve the goals you are set to achieve. Like you say, today I'm going to wake up, I'm going to work, I'm going to see this set of clients, and then you get to work and everything around you is just making it impossible for you to meet your goals. And at the end of the day, management is asking you, why are you not meeting the goals? So you just face a lot of these feelings that are making you annoyed and fulfilled, disappointed, and feeling like you're amounting to nothing. And that feeling is usually so bad. And I know most of my nutritionists are feeling this way one way or another in whichever practice you're in. Yeah. There are two types of triggers that can cause frustration, and that is internal and external. Internal is just something that is coming from you as a person, the self. And then the externals are just your environment and people around your environment that are making it difficult for you to achieve your goals. And then this makes you a little bit frustration. It can be management, causes of the internal and the external can be, maybe you've set a date with your client and they cancel last minute. And they've already put a lot into it, the scheduling, coming, looking for assessment tools, coming up with resources, everything, and then they cancel last minute, and that is money. Yeah. And then just not achieving your goals, because one way or another, everyone is making it difficult for you to achieve. And this mostly happen in most workplaces, and then this can dent some of this relationship I usually talk about on my channel. Like you find that your work colleagues are frustrating you, so you find that half the time you're not talking to your work colleagues, you're not working well. And if you're in a healthcare system, you're bound to work in a healthcare team where you're working together to manage a client. So it can be quite difficult when you're frustrated with someone, or someone is making your work difficult and you have to face this person and work with them. So unchecked frustration, bottled up frustration really needs to be unburdened, because sometimes it leads to just an emotional breakdown, and most of the time it can impact how well you do your job. I used to hate my job. I used to hate waking up going to that place. That meant I had reduced productivity level, because I was like, what, it's not my to get the money, so I'll do the bare minimum. And I know most of us do that. Or you'll find that you don't meet your goals, because when you're employed by an organization, you start your own business, you're like, I have goals to achieve. But because you're frustrated, you're like, what, I don't even care. So you find that your business starts to go down, your productivity level starts to go down, and then just everything in total, you start giving less and less. And then you'll end up losing clients, you'll end up being butted with management because you're not delivering what you had promised them to deliver. So make sure you check on your frustration. And this episode, I'm going to give you tips on how to do that. Yeah, so come along. Internal strategies to deal with internal frustration. One is to practice self-awareness and just being mindful. This you can do by meditating. I used to meditate a lot. Even in this particular job, I used to meditate in the morning before I go to work, because I knew I'm going to face a lot of difficulties in both places. But I actually did enjoy working in those places. But meditation really helped me. Just helped me center my thoughts. Yeah, you just tell yourself, today I'm going to be happy, and you make sure when someone is starting to get on your nerves, you go back to that happiness, that place you had meditated upon, and then you just let it go. And then you tell yourself, I'm happy, and that is what I'm going to do today. Nothing is going to mess up my day. Journaling. If you've been listening to my podcast, charitysafehaven podcast, I know I have neglected that space, but right now I'm just working on changing my brand, so I have no room for other things. But on my podcast, I was talking about how journaling helped me as a person, helped with my mental wellness. Because if you journal and you have these excess things you have to put out there, journaling can really help. You just find an exercise book. You don't must you have these fancy journals. You can just have a paper like this, and you just journal, like write your feelings. Like, today, so and so annoyed me, and this is how I felt. and this is how I handled it, and on what you're feeling or thinking towards that person. It's really helpful. Professional development, this is something that really brings self-fulfillment to you when you keep on working on yourself, improving on yourself, taking the certification, specialization, going to these webinars, going to these physical conferences or online conferences, interacting with other people in your field, especially LinkedIn. You'll feel good. You'll be like, you know what, at least I'm in a course where I'll be able to help people. Really goes into feeding your cup, and you'll feel good about yourself, and you'll tell the profession, you know what, I'm trying my best to be the best, so don't come anywhere near me. I don't feel like I want to talk about self-care because I have this episode. I had dedicated a whole episode because this is Mental Awareness Month. This episode I talked about how to take care of yourself as a nutritionist, eating healthy, exercising, sleeping well. Please watch that video. The link is up here. Go watch it. I'm not going to talk about anything about self-care. Yeah. For the external strategies, how I just dealt with the external, because basically for me the external frustration influenced my internal frustration. So my external led me to have internal frustration, you know. So the effective communication, for me in that particular workplace, I didn't have good communication skills. I was shy, I was naive, I just wanted everything to just go. I just did not want to pursue some things, even though she was mean, and some things I should have stood up for myself, but I didn't. And then a friend of mine took me through how to just build and regain your self-confidence and your self-esteem. And I started now taking the communication classes I've been talking about on my YouTube channel, free of course. I think I'll leave the picture of where they offer free courses. You can just go take one to just learn how to effectively communicate, how to actively listen, and how to just share what you're feeling without being rude or coming off as aggressive, passive-aggressive or aggressive. Yeah, it's just good to know how to communicate your frustration to management, to your boss, to your other colleagues, so that to your clients if they're not taking you seriously. So you build like a two-way communication. Time management has really helped me, guys. I think on my mental wellness series I told you guys how I manage my day. I have, like on my phone, I have deleted apps that are not helping me, and I've installed apps, productive apps. Please watch this episode. Productive apps that are helping me in terms of scheduling my day, to-do list, tasks. I don't think I want to talk about this, but just watch that episode. You'll get tools to help you just schedule your day. If you're an online consultant, a place where people can book Calendly, there are so many scheduling apps, booking appointment apps that will make your life easier, so that you don't feel frustrated because you're doing everything on your own. Yeah, especially if you don't have an assistant, you can use these apps as your assistant. Because if you're managing different social media pages, let's say like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok and LinkedIn, and you have to make sure each of these social media pages have content every day. If you're posting every day or twice or thrice, whichever way you're scheduling them. Scheduling for me has really helped. On Facebook and Instagram I use Business Suit, and then on LinkedIn there's an scheduling app, so I just create content weekends. If I see my week is going to be hectic, I create my content on weekend, and then I schedule them now until Friday. So during the week I'm not stressed about my pages not having content. Support system, I don't feel like I want to talk about this, but just find a mentorship. It can be with your other colleagues or these WhatsApp groups, or the people who are been doing this for a while. You can seek mentorship with them if they're open to it. Client management, I'll also talk about this. Learn to educate your clients, help them understand why nutrition is very important, because I feel sometimes we are frustrated with our clients and maybe they don't even understand half of what you guys are telling them, and then this will make you frustrated, will make them frustrated, and you will not be able to work well together. And in my practice, I've come to learn to be empathetic and to be patient, especially when it comes to language barrier or people who have just gone to school until primary, so they don't practically understand half of what you're saying. So you have to find someone to translate. You have to be very empathetic. You have to be very patient. Patience is also a skill. So you have to learn to be patient with them and help them understand. Because as adults, we were doing things a certain way. And when you're told you have diabetes, you have to change your lifestyle. And change is very difficult to adults. So you have to be careful how you handle such patients so that you don't lose. Stress management techniques. I also shared on this particular episode about self-care, just breathing techniques. I have an app that has different breathing techniques. For me, I use the box technique. Like I breathe, hold it, then exhale it, counting up to 4. Inhale. It will help you release the excess tension in your body. So it's just good to know these things. Like being in a corner has really made me innovative when it comes to just handling my mental. Take breaks when it comes to stress. If you feel like you're overwhelmed, the frustration is getting to you, take a break from that working environment. I know most of us have leave days, annual leave, you have off days. You can just take them. Don't push yourself to do too much until you're burnt out, because frustration sometimes can result from a burnout. You're tired, you want to just relax, but all these things are coming your way and you're feeling, I need to stop. Is to seek professional help. This is Mental Awareness Month. Please, if you're frustrated and you can't do it on your own, you're overwhelmed, please seek a therapist, seek a counselor, talk to them, let them help you come up with coping strategies to help you deal with the unchecked frustration. Because guys, I promise, if you don't check it, it will check you. And you don't want to be that person in a workplace who lashes out at people, who is irritable, because no one will want to work with you. I promise you. Your clients will not want to work with someone who is frustrated. Your work colleagues will be running away from you. And since you're in a team, you'll not be included in the management of the patient, and then you'll be seen as someone who is difficult to work with, and that is not a good rep. So that's all I had for you today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I've changed my background because it's helpful for people who are subscribing to my channel. If you have not, please subscribe. The red button is below there. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new episode. And your support is highly appreciated. So guys, until next time, I've been yours. Bye.